Would you like to introduce yourself?
Well, Jerry Brigman, and I live in Rowan County. Small farm, but enjoy farming.
I have some questions. My name's Kayla. I go to RCCC. This interview's for my Southern Culture class. It's pretty much like the book described like how Southern culture changes over time and the agrarian lifestyle to now. So I have some questions that I'll ask you, and then if you could just answer them, that'd be great. It timed out.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Now, do you own all the land, or was it inherited land?
No, I owned it. I bought it back in about 1970, somewhere along there.
So you've had the land since then?
Yeah, we bought an additional small tract, about 6 acres, probably about 18 years ago, something like that.
Okay.
Which joined our property and all.
Oh. Now the labor, did you do it? Like, did you have like family that helped you do the labor around the farm, or was it like just you and your wife? Or
mainly me on the outside stuff. My wife pretty well takes care of the house, and I take care of the farm. But back when my mother and father were living, they helped me originally to put up the first pasture fence around, and we fenced in, I don't know, about 15, 16 acres or so, and they helped me with all of that. And the last time I had it fenced in, which was about 5 or 6 years ago, I had a man come out with a tractor that drove the post in. So I put in 7-foot posts and put them into 54 inches out of the ground. Wow. So he just drove them right in. He put several hundred in for me.
That's good.
That was the easy way. No holes to dig, no posts to pack.
I bet it was a lot quicker doing it that way too.
Oh yeah, and they're just like they're in cement. They're solid.
Did you grow any crops on your farm? Or
well, most of the things I grew on the farm was mainly for our own consumption.
Okay.
Like blueberries and apples and peaches and things of that sort. And I had 2 gardens, and we had tomatoes, put up tomatoes and stuff, put up maybe 160, 170 quarts of green beans and stuff like that. We had okra, different stuff, squash, and different vegetables and things that we did. And I keep bees. I keep hives of bees, so we have plenty of honey and all. So been doing them and things like that. Main thing I grow here is beef cattle, a few beef cows. Don't raise a lot, don't have a whole lot of land to where I can.
Right.
But I sell some every year, and that pays for all my hay, and usually I have maybe $1,000, $1,200 over, and I save that each time, and every year I add a little bit more to it.
Now I know like in like Cabarrus County, for every like animal there has to be an acre of land for that animal. Is that the same here in Rowan County?
Well, all grazing animals takes about 1.25 acres for every cow you have.
Okay.
And horses are about the same, but you better have more for horses. See, cows don't have top teeth. They just have bottom teeth.
Right.
And when they eat grass, they can only clip it so short.
Right.
So they can't pinch it with the top and bottom because they don't have any top teeth. A horse can absolutely kill the grass out if it's overgrazed because they got top and bottom. They'll pull the grass out, roots and all, and kill the grass out. But cattle don't do that.
Because a friend of mine, she had a horse, and it was staying at Northwest High School, and so they brought it home for the summer, and so she thought she had enough land. Well, the city ended up coming out and was like, oh, well, there has to be like 1.25 acres of land for that horse, and there's not even an acre. So then they had to go and then put the horse in another place until they could make more land.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, I know like different counties have different rules.
Now, lots of people buy horses and stuff. A lady and her husband up the road, they had 3, and they had the front yard and the backyard fenced in. And it wasn't very much room, and they had to buy all the oats and grain, all the hay, because they ate that down to nothing, in no time at all. But they ended up, I don't know where they put them or if they sold them, but they didn't keep them there long because they just eat up, everything. Lots of people nowadays, there's a horse rescue place up here on Miller Road, and they turn down every week. They turn down people that's begging them to take their horses. Lots of people buy horses and don't have the room to graze them. And they say the old saying, eat like a horse. Well, they do eat like a horse.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of hay, takes a lot of grain to keep one up and healthy, you know. And a lot of people don't do that. But they've got all the horses they can take, and they've turned them down every single week. People, you know, just don't have room for them, you know, land for them and all. They sure do. And I mean, Tennessee walking horses, saddle horses, all kind of good quality horses, but people just, you know, can't take care of them on and on. If you don't have the room, for them and all, they're going to continually eat, and they die every day. You either have to get rid of them or find a bigger pasture or place.
Right.
Yeah.
So, how much livestock do you have here?
Well, I've just got about 10 cows and calves. 10 is all. And I sell about 5 calves every year. And I get about $3,500, $3,800 for 5. And I buy my hay. Last year my hay was $1,800. And so see, I got a good bit, you know, extra saved. But I go every winter now, this coming month, December, I'll go buy a bull to put in with my cows and stuff to make sure I have another crop of calves and all. Then I'll feed him completely through winter time. And then in the spring, about late April or May, I'll take him back to sell and sell him, because I don't want to keep one here all the time, because once the cows are with calves, he goes looking around. And these people right up here have 3 or 4 cows, and they don't have a bull at all. So he'll tire out of the pasture and take off up there. So I always sell him off after I've got calves on the way.
Oh, okay.
And every spring, about May or June, neighbors out the road out here about 2 miles, they sell hay all the time. He's got over 100 and something acres, and he used to have about 40 some head of cows, but he sold 30 some off, and I think he said he was down to 6 now. And he's got extra hay, lots of, I mean, that's why he does sell hay. And he bales it in great big round bales, the 4x5 round bales, and sells them. And I buy one complete field plus a lot out of another field. And I usually buy about 65 bales, round bales every year. I stuff my barn full and double stack them and all, and then I've got hay to feed through the winter. Then next spring I'll go buy more hay, you know, and all. But it's a pretty good way. It's not too bad. Hay stays in the dry, good, and doesn't get waterlogged or soggy like some people store them outside.
Yeah, like going like out here in like Rowan County, like I'll see like people have their hay bales stacked outside, and I'm like, I feel like it should be inside.
But after they've been out there a while, you can see grass growing out of the top of them about this high. But it's a lot better to keep it in the dry. It's good quality and everything, and that makes a lot of difference in the winter. It's cold, weather get down to about 15, 18, 20 degrees, and you put a fresh, dry bale in there just like it came out of the field, and they love to eat it up. Now,
do your livestock, do they eat like the hay and the grass, or do they eat like a certain form of food?
Well, I have dry feed and stuff I feed them too.
Okay.
I have high protein pellets and stuff, and I keep mineral salt. I've got one of these. It's a bathtub, like the old enamel bathtubs that had the legs on them. I just removed the legs, and I've got it in the barn, plus other feed troughs. And I keep mineral salt in there. It doesn't eat up the enamel. And you put it in a metal container, it'll eat a hole through it in no time, you know, corrode. But this is mineral salt, which the cows need salt. And the mineral salt is good for them to shed their hair and things, keep them in good shape. But I feed them pellets, and they're high protein. And boy, when you feed them, they come a-running too. But they get that, the dry feed and all, and they get the hay. I have a big hay metal container out there, a big circular one. And I have a fiberglass plastic-like pallet underneath, and I just drop my bale on top of that, and it doesn't get on the dirt or anything. And the cows just go all the way around. They eat out of it and all, and the calves too. And sometimes when the calves are real little, they'll go inside the feeder and lay down on the hay. So they're like kids. You put anything in the pasture that's brand new, that's not been in there, they'll find it in a heartbeat. They're just like children. And every once in a while they get to run in the pasture, and they'll hold their tail straight up, just like a flagpole, and just fly. And they go around the curves, leaning around. Aww. I sit here and look out the window. I laugh at them, just like children. Yeah. They'll hop and bounce and jump, and then they'll take off.
Have you had like any issues with like feeding when it comes to like, do they get aggressive? Like with one person's eating, do they show signs that they don't want anyone else to eat?
No, the cattle all have pecking order. If you've got 12 cows in there, one's the boss and 11 stay out of the way. Okay. Then there's one that's second in command. She jumps from the main cow, but she runs the other 10. And it's all the way down the line, and one runs from all of them.
So it's like they know when it's their turn to eat.
Well, they'll all come in to eat and eat at the same time. But if a boss cow, one of the hierarchy, comes in, she'll move over or get out of the way. They have pecking order. And chickens have pecking order. Every animal has pecking order. If there's more than one, one's the boss, the other's subordinate to it. But I did have a bull one time. Most bulls are you have to kind of watch them because they sometimes have an attitude. Now, I bought one several years ago, about 5 years ago. Now, he was a mean, terribly mean bull. The bulls in Mexico and Spain had nothing on him. He would kill a person. Yeah, he was that bad. I loaded him on the trailer to take him back to the sale at the end of the year, in early spring, and he tore the welded steel bars off the top of my trailer and tried to climb out of there. I mean, he was mean. If you got out in the pasture with him, you better not get around him at all. Just stay away from him because he would put you in the grave.